train to Port Washington. The next station is Broadway.
Just waiting for some people to join.
This station is Broadway.
Let's find a better place to sit. Find somewhere. I'm on a train, just gonna find somewhere with less people so I can talk. With less interruptions. Ooh. You know what? I'll sit right here. Good. So, just gonna wait for some more people to join. Then I will talk. I'll have to talk a little lower volume because I'm on a train with people, but I'm sitting somewhere where there's no but soulfully, with less people around me, so I can talk without disturbing
This
people.
station is Broadway. This is the train to Port Washington. The next station is Auburndale.
So, I got one person to join. Who's this person? Hey, what's up, guys? I got two now. Give me a comment. Let me know who it is. Who are you guys? We're gonna talk about the Israel situation right now. As you can see, the logo of the stream, Israel and the United States are the same. And I'm gonna post a video on my channel on Sunday about why the United States and Israel are the exact same thing. There is no differentiating them. So I'm debunking all the stuff that like Israel controls the United States and Israel holds U.S. Hostage and tells them what to do. No, the United States encourages, enables, funds, and it desires for Israel to carry out these crimes in the Middle East because it's serving the interest of the United States empire. So it's simply serving the interest of the United States empire. So that's what Israel really is. But we can talk about anything, bro. We can talk about any topic. You guys give me a comment. Let me know what you want me to talk about, and I will talk about it. I don't shy away from talking about any subject. So, but I was sitting next to a Jewish person back there, so I decided to move because a lot of Jews are brainwashed, Zionists, so didn't want to disturb her day, I think she was Iranian too. But there's a lot of Iranian Jews in New York, so not that there's nothing wrong with being Jewish. I'm just saying a lot of Jews are Zionist. You don't know who's Zionist and who's not Zionist. Real Jews would not follow Zionism. Real Jews would never follow Zionism. But yeah, guys, I'm on a train going to Long Island right now. I'm going to Long Island to work with my uncle. I got a bunch of tax papers I gotta hand to him, so I gotta be hanging out with my uncle. So I thought, while I'm on a train, hey, do a stream. What happened in Munich 1972? Tom Gardner. What happened? And Dynamis Entity, what's up, man? Hello. Where are you from? Where are you guys from? Leave me a comment. Where are you from? Where are you watching this from? I'm on a train. Can't really see here, but going to Long Island, New York. I'm going to Long Island, New York. That's where I grew up when I came to America. Grew up on Long Island. But I grew up as a kid, I grew up in Iran, so. Let me know, what happened in Munich 1972? Tom Gardner.
This is the train to Fort Washington. The next station is Bayside.
Thank God, people are leaving around. People are leaving, so I have more liberty to talk louder. So yeah, you know, as you guys, if you haven't been paying attention to the news, Israel is planning on carrying out a strike on Iran with the help of the United States. Now, we don't know if Israel's going to do the attack by itself or the U.S. is going to, depending on if Israel does it by itself or the U.S. helps it. But don't make any, don't get it twisted. The U.S. wants this to happen. The U.S. wants for the Iranian regime to topple so that they can take over the regime, topple it, and then install their own puppet regime, and then probably annex certain parts of Iran and like separate it and create two different countries, like they did with Iraq. You know, they divided and conquered Iraq terribly. You know, so they're trying to do the same thing to Iran. Now, will it happen? I think it's going to be very unlikely, but the war would be devastating. So a war would be devastating for Iran. Yeah, Jacques Fresco, great, you know, one of the greatest human beings that have ever lived. And my cat's name is Jacques, actually. I have two cats. One of my cats' name is Jacques because he was actually born in the same neighborhood as Jacques Fresco in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. So that's where he was born. But yeah, so if Israel attacks Iran, Iran said they will retaliate very hard. They'll hit them very hard. So I hope they do. Fuck them. Fuck Israel. You know, I hope they get hit hard, destroy all their military bases, destroy all their aircraft. Sure, you want me to talk about that? I can talk about that. Well, yeah, we're in a very volatile, dangerous time right now in human history. The threat of climate change, climate catastrophe, environmental collapse, mass migrations, terrorism, authoritarianism, and obviously nuclear war. That's the quickest way to destroy everything, right? Nuclear war. But yeah, I mean, the society of the future. I posted a video in my community section. If you go to my channel on the community section, I just posted a video that I want you to check out. Really good video. It's a video done by Douglas Millett, who's my friend actually, but he's a former NASA shuttle systems engineer from NASA, who basically did an incredible lecture in Norway, I think back in 2012, where he broke down, like, if humanity was to move into like Mars and try to terraform Mars. What's up, bro? Thank you. Denver, Colorado, amazing place. Actually thinking about one day moving to Colorado. I love Colorado. I went to the Grand Canyon many years ago. Funny story, but I'll tell you later if you want to know what happened. But so there's a lecture by, I posted this video. Please go to my community section on my channel. I just posted this video on there where Douglas Millett, who's a former NASA shuttle system engineer, he did a lecture because he knows a lot about space travel and rockets and all that kind of stuff. If humanity was to go and terraform Mars and like move to Mars, would they keep a capitalist system? If humanity went and terraformed Mars, would they keep a capitalist system? Would they have a system for labor for income where people are going to be working on Mars and building structures and like getting paid for their labor and competing with each other for like market share and, you know, artificial scarcity and having a growth economy? No, they would not do any of that shit. Absolutely not. They would self-destruct in no time. So if you go to Mars, what would you do? It's a beautiful thought exercise, which shows that capitalism would never work in space. I mean, it's not working on Earth, but it would fantastically collapse in space. And so in that video, I'll break it down just to summarize the points brought on that video. It's incredible. I really suggest you watch that video though. Definitely go watch it. Put it on your to-watch list. Basically, there would be no labor. There would be no labor in Mars. If you move into Mars and try to terraform it, good luck trying to like use a hammer to like build structures in a spacesuit. No, you would automate the labor. Okay, so you would automate all the labor on Mars. So robots and advanced automation, with AI, you know, AI technology, they would be the ones that would be configuring the terraforming and the infrastructure set up for Mars. So all the automation, the labor would be automated. So the construction of the settlements on Mars would be automated. There would be no competition. People would be cooperating, sharing ideas, doing research on how to develop a better settlement, how to improve upon it. There would be no growth economy. It's insane. You would be working with very limited supplies and limited resources. So obviously you would have very intelligent management of your resources to make sure that that settlement survives for the long term, because you can't be using things up as fast as possible, because you might be waiting for a long time before the next supply of shipment of food and stuff comes in. So you would have to set up like these greenhouses, self-contained greenhouses with automation, managing them, growing crops on there, automating the labor, having a steady state economy, no growth, right? Having no money, collaboration only, open sourcing of information, no private property ownership. Obviously, you would be sharing things. You'd be owning things together. Everybody would be sharing things. So you would have an access system. So all those, it's a good thought exercise, because if you watch that video, it makes you realize how stupid capitalism is. Because given the difficulties of working in space, where there's no oxygen, you're hit it with solar radiation, it's freezing, it's brutal. Space is so brutal. Space is so unforgiving. And so you would have a resource-based economy. You would have a resource-based economy, a system of intelligent resource management, collaboration, sharing of information. That's the kind of system you would set up if you're in space trying to terraform Mars. And then we look back on Earth. It's good to give people a perspective to be like, okay, well, let's go back on Earth, where we have oxygen, where we have water, where we have plenty of resources, where it's actually, you don't die from stepping outside. Well, in that kind of an environment, Earth, would it not make sense to take that same system, that same idea of a resource-based economy on Mars and implement it on Earth? Would that not be much easier? Of course it would be. That's why it's a good thought exercise for people to watch that video and learn, you know? So yeah, I think you guys should watch that. And let me look at the comments before I continue. People are good engagement, guys. I love your comments. Please keep them coming. I'll answer every single person, by the way. So well, no. If we had capitalism in space, it would self-destruct. You would die immediately. You would die within a year. Capitalism would not exist in space. It would never survive in space. That's why movies like Star Wars are so stupid, because they take the same distorted, sick, disgusting values of capitalism and they impose it and project it out into space. That's why the people who make Star Wars are idiots, because they have no imagination. Hollywood lacks so much integrity and imagination because they cannot possibly conceive of how a society of the future would function, because they're taking their same distorted values and superimposing that on what space travel would look like. So Star Wars is stupid. I hate Star Wars. It's so stupid and childish. Basically, like what Jacques Presley used to say, you take the same cowboys and Indians and give them lasers and put them in space. Really? It's just so primitive and lacks any imagination. Now, Star Trek is a different story. Star Trek, the show, is an incredible show, because the dialogue, the dialogue and the discussions by Captain Picard and his crew, it's so advanced. It's such a more realistic interpretation of what life in space would be like, as opposed to Star Wars. Star Wars is fucking retarded. Okay, I hate to use. Sorry, I'm using non-PC language. Retarded, I don't mean to insult disabled people. By retarded, I mean just mean stupidity, you know. But that's my point. Star Wars is extremely stupid, very corrupt, disgusting, and it's just a money grab. They keep making more Star Wars movies every year to make more money. It's so stupid. But basically, that's the idea. You know, if you move out in space, you cannot possibly maintain the same primitive system that's enabled whatever itself to perpetuate over the last couple thousand years. Now, you move back on Earth. Well, look at our planet right now. We're in the 21st century. We are in the 21st century, but we have automation, nanotechnology, AI, all these incredible technologies, yet we have the same exact social and economic system as 12,000 years ago. Doesn't make any sense at all, guys. It makes no goddamn sense that we have the same exact social system and economic system as 10,000 years ago. Even though technology is advanced, our literature, arts and sciences, our rate of innovation has advanced exponentially, right? But our social values are still down here. So technology is up here, the social values and the economic system is down here. And I think it's actually getting worse. It's getting worse. Because the system tries to preserve itself and doing all kinds of barbaric things to preserve itself, you know? All kinds of horrible measures of totalitarianism and all that kind of shit. Anyway, let me look at the comments. Well, yeah, I mean, we can promote peace and love and all those nice fluffy things, but if you don't have an actual plan, if you don't have a structural blueprint from which to operate, there's no peace and love will not do it. You know, if you hit resource scarcity, guess what? People are gonna start killing each other. You know, so we can't just rely on being kind to one another to get things done. There has to be a plan. So the plan is, you first of all, the most important thing is, as Jacques Fresco used to always say, manage your resources intelligently. You have to manage and preserve and utilize your resources intelligently. That way, we have our carrying capacity as a civilization has to be high. Carrying capacity meaning our ability to withstand shocks and disturbances to our social system, to be able to enable it to perpetuate it. Have a economic model. So that's what we need. We need a good plan. Well, people's pessimism is just they lack creativity. So what I would tell you, people who think that it'll never happen, you know, resource-based economy will never happen. This one, okay? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Oh, okay. I gotta pay for my ticket. I gotta show my ticket to the guy. Hold on 1 second. Actually, I think he forgot. I think he's maybe I'm invisible. He doesn't see me. People who are pessimistic about it, tell them the same way they tell you right now that it's impossible to move beyond capitalism. That's what people used to say back in the day when there was slavery. Oh, we can never move beyond slavery. Oh, we can never, we can never move beyond racism, slavery, and gender inequality, right? They thought, oh, it's impossible for women to have equal rights as men. It'll never happen. So often throughout history, they're average people who lack creativity, who lack an imagination, who are brainwashed, who are uneducated. They follow the system. They make up all kinds of justifications for why things ought to be the same way they are, and there's no point trying to fight against it. It's a waste of time. They lack the imagination, and you have to tell people, either you make the difference, either you make that change, or we're doomed. Either we transition and evolve, or we're fucked. We'll destroy ourselves, you know? So what do you want to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to be part of the revolution and the evolution of humanity? Or are you going to sit there and just be a complicit, nihilistic, word? What's the word? People who are very, I guess complacency, So people who lack the creativity and imagination, we have to inject imagination and creativity and inspiration into them, and we have to mention different examples throughout history of how things have changed, and how things can get better. So it's up to us to do that. No one's gonna do it. No one's gonna do it for us, guys. We gotta do it ourselves. But yeah, exactly. Gamer, you made a good point. I mean, that's automation. Automation is such a vital point. It's such a vital argument as to why capitalism is fraudulent. Because when you have a labor for income system where people need to have a job to make things happen, well, when the jobs are going to fly away and be automated, how do you even maintain the integrity of the system when the jobs are going to automation? Like I'm going right now to meet with my uncle, right? So we do construction work, we do construction projects, and I keep telling him, hey, construction can actually be automated. There's already technology that exists. There's a Persian gentleman, engineer. His name is Behrosh Khoshnavis. He's an Iranian architect, engineer he lives in LA. he came up with a system called contour crafting, where basically a machine, a giant robot, can build a house, construct the framework, the foundation, and inject the plumbing and the electrical, all that by itself in like 2 or 3 days. So you can build an entire house in 3 days, as opposed to what we usually do is about 8 months to build a house. When we have like 20 laborers on the job, it takes about 6 to 8 months to build a house at best, as opposed to a machine building a house in 3 days. That type of efficiency is so bad for capitalism. It's so bad for capitalism. That kind of efficiency, you know, because capitalism requires. You guys need to tell people this. You guys need to tell people this information. Capitalism requires scarcity and inefficiency to maintain itself. What we say in Farsi, bahravari. Bahravari dushman capitalism, which means efficiency is the enemy of capitalism. Because inefficiency, right? Inefficiency sets the ground, the foundation for job creation and economic growth and all the nonsense. Without pure efficiently society, would capitalism would never exist in that kind of society. Okay, efficiency is the enemy of capitalism. So abundance, efficiency, and sustainability are the enemies of capitalism.
This station is unknown.
Yeah, cultural lag, for sure. Jacques Fresco talked about that all the time. Cultural lag. People's moral, ethical, and social development are very primitive, and they're not up to date. Yeah, I mean, society is automating very rapidly, you know, and again, with capitalism, doesn't matter how much automation takes place. Techno-feudalism. Okay, well, Giannis Arfocus, economist, said capitalism, which is basically when things become more automated, the billionaire class, the owners, the people who own the automation, that own the machines, they'll have more power and they'll have more leverage, and the people who don't have jobs will basically be living in a massive welfare state, you know, a massive welfare state, you know. It's not a good situation, very dark. So all these techno-capitalist apologists who think that the system is going to work itself out and make adjustments to make sure everybody benefits and the pay scales are going to go up, horseshit. That kind of thing has not happened. Pay scales have gone down. People are working more hours than ever before and getting paid less than ever before than the last 40 years. That makes no sense. If automation is increasing our ability to be efficient and create abundance, that means people should be having less stress put on them. But the system does not know how to adjust. The capital system has no answer for automation other than to create more fake jobs, more nonsense to keep it going. Yeah. It keeps interrupting, so I'm gonna have to get off soon. Apparently, the only thing we're short on is money, guys. Right? Yeah. Hold on, hang with me for a little bit as I am getting off my last stop. I'm gonna get off the train. The servers are gonna be disconnected right now, but I want to introduce you guys to my uncle. I want to show my uncle on the live stream. He's like a dad to me. I love my uncle. He's like a father to me. He's very important in my life, and he calls me as his son. So we're very close. But I'm going to work today. You know what happened actually? Last week I got kicked out of my business. I have a business, a personal training business in Brooklyn. I have employees and everything, and the Zionists. I got into an argument with some Zionists at my job, and they basically forced me out of the gym, so I can't even go into my own business anymore. They kicked me out. It's just disgusting what they did. But thankfully, I have employees who are doing the training for me. But I can't step into the gym that I used to work at anymore because the Zionists kicked me out. That's why Zionism. We either end Zionism or Zionism ends humanity, as they say. So. Disgusting ideology. And like I was saying before, the situation right now is very dangerous with Iran. We could be heading towards a global conflict, a regional conflict, which might spiral out of control into a global conflict. Because Iran is no joke, man. I'm Persian, I'm Iranian, and I know I know about the situation in Iran. The regime is very strong. They have a very powerful military. Probably the top 3 most powerful missile technology in the world, as we saw with their attack October 1st on Israel. Their missile technology is very powerful. So if Israel attacks Iran, Iran's going to hit them very hard. But then we don't know what's going to happen from there. I mean, you know, Israel always has the Samson option, which is like, if it faces imminent defeat, Israel has the ideology to launch all their nukes, launch nukes everywhere. Because don't forget, these people are not rational actors. They're psychopaths. They don't mind destroying the whole planet because it'll fulfill their sick biblical prophecy. They're sick people. It'll fulfill their sick, disgusting, distorted prophecy. That's why, you know, they have to be reined in, man. Someone's got to control them. But unfortunately, the language of diplomacy does not work with Israel. Only force and violence works with these people. Like the Nazis, you know? Exactly. I mean, they're putting psychopaths and Nazis to shame with their behavior. They are truly disgusting, vile people. And I will never stop calling them out for what they are, you know? To not call out Israel for what it's doing for all its crimes and to expose them. To not expose them is to be a failure as a human being. Is to be a traitor to the human species. You know? Alright, I'm stepping out of the train, guys. Alright. So yeah, so guys, yeah, I'm about to meet up with my uncle, so I'll be ending the stream pretty soon. But I'm glad you guys joined today. It was really good. We had a good conversation, a good discussion. Like I said, go to my community post on my channel, the community post. I posted a video from like 10 years ago, a lecture done by Douglas Millett on how to implement a resource-based economy out in space. Like, if people were to terraform Mars, would we maintain capitalism, or would we have a completely new system? Oh shit, I gotta, oh, 1 second, guys. Anyway, I made a mistake. I fucking forgot to tell my uncle that I'm arriving right now, at what time I'm arriving, so he has no idea I'm here right now, so I think I have to end my stream and call him. But guys, thank you so much for joining the stream today. I hope it was good. Good talking to you all. I love you all. Peace out, guys. Much respect. I will be seeing you guys soon. I'm posting a new video on Sunday regarding the geopolitical situation in Israel and Iran, okay? But check out the video I posted in my community tab. And watch the recent video, the 2 interviews I posted with Simon Michel and Venus Project. Watch those videos, all right? And as always, much love. Thanks for the support. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. All right, guys. Peace out.